I gotta growing up fast, I need to step it up. The industry gonna crash, I need to step it up. These days might be our last, I need to step it up.
Hi, and welcome to another section of Jeffrey the Master Barber. Today we're gonna do combs with the par for a kit. We're using now a 3. We're gonna use on the side, as you could tell, and this is how I clip my guards so they stay and they don't sound loose or anything. And we're gonna start in that area right now where I begin. Like I said, we're starting with a 3, guard number 3. We're gonna do basically it's not a tie fade because we're gonna finish with a semi half of the magic clip blade, and so it's gonna be some type I call it the 5 shadow or 5 shadow, so you'll be able to see the lineups and everything. So right now we're working on our way. You see all the bulkness. We're still using the guard number 3, as you could tell, and then definitely we're still going in the back. You see, this is how you do it. Like this, I call it long stroke, as you could tell, and then now semi stroke, and then long stroke. I open the lever and I take that chunk right there, but I lift it up. You see, I lift it up. I do like the C motion. See, that's what I'm saying. C motion right there, right there, right there, and right there. Now we were gonna continue working with the 3, guard number 3. We're doing it basically working from the top to the bottom, no levels. And like I said, it's a 5 shadow, pretty much, that you'll be able to do a lineup. Notice how we still taking the bulkness, and look at the long stroke. You see that? The long stroke with a big guard for those side, and then in that right there, that section, you stay semi stroke. No, not too big, but just right there. Now we're gonna switch it to guard number 2, right? And like I said, look at this is how I keep my guards clipped. You see the metal piece is clipped behind that. So we're gonna right now pass it right there, guard number 2, and as you can see, little by little, the fade is gonna come in. We're gonna try to maintain the fade also, not too high. We're gonna maintain it like a low fade. So we're gonna pretty much keep it right there. Now we're starting to do like a more even smaller stroke, and just follow the shadows. Pretty much, that's all I could say. Follow the little shadows, or whether it is more darkness of hair, and just try not to take it. If you see it is not grabbing, then close it. See the lever, and try to take as much as you can. And that section is done. Now we're going to the back of it. See, we open it to be safe, but then I close it again because it was not grabbing hair. So now it is, and you see where that shadow it is with that darkness right there. You see that shadow right there? You see? Now we taking it and keep brushing it. You see, and it's close. I'm just saying that it's close. You see that where I'm pointing? That's where I see some darkness of hair right there. So we try not to take right there that section right there. Right there, we lift it up a little bit of level, so it be a 2 and a semi half. Now we're working again the other side, and we're using a number 2, as you could tell, and I'm still trying to take those dark spot or the dark hair. I'm working my way down from the top. We're working myself down, and like I said, we're using number 2. We're taking all the shadow. We're gonna do that. We're gonna try to make that nice low fade, but not tight, because we're gonna do a lineup all around. We're gonna shape it up, and we're gonna do the comb par with the comb over, comb it to the side with the par. This is what the client requests me. His name is Marcus. Marcus, thank you for coming through. and liking my haircut. So yeah, right now we just still working, doing that part right there. All right. Then now we're gonna jump to guard number 1 and 1/8. Oh, semi-open. So it would be like a little bit more than a half. I mean, less than a half. I'm sorry. So yeah, right now as we go down, right, more down. Well, actually, right there is completely open, so that's a half. And you see how right away it takes all that right there, the shadow, what I'm trying to get. There we go. See, and then brush it, and then again trying to get those shadow right there, right. Then close the lever and use the corner just to take that safely right there, that shadow, and then close it completely and go all the way down. That's what I'm saying. And very small. The smaller the guard, the smaller the stroke, and more into the bottom. That's basically how I put it. Oh, to me. And we're gonna continue, right? The same thing in the back of the side. Actually, we're gonna continue with the number guard number 1 and 1/8, and we're gonna raise the level and we're gonna go a little bit up, right? And we're gonna continue real see close level in that section with the T, the corner of the T. We're gonna use that to pretty much take the bottom right there, right? And then open it a little bit the level and then go right there where I'm pointing, because right there is the acepetado, the little bump where it needs to stay, so it could be like a nice low fade, but not tight. Once again, we're not doing a tight fade, we're doing a 5 o'clock shadow fade. That's pretty much what I call it. But yeah, right now we're still working with the number one guard number 1/8, close level. Right now we open it a little bit right there for that section, right? And then using the corner for that section right there where I'm pointing right now. Is this haircut is actually it's more a little complicated than all the other haircuts that I've done. Reason why is because his hair is very thin, and very dark, and anything that you do, you try to erase, if you don't know erase it right, it will leave lines or shadow or spot. So you gotta make sure how to blend in this. And like one of the barbers said, yeah, this is one of the haircuts that it makes you graduate to be a barber right here. But you know, if you follow the the instructions of how it goes, right now we're passing the, like I said, 1 and 1/8, and we're going small strokes. And like I said before, the smaller the guard, the smaller the stroke, the lower you go, then the tighter you go, but not all the time. But yeah, pretty much check the lever, the triggers on the lever, and switching the guards and working through levels, even if you don't have levels. But right now, look, we're going to another level. Now we're going to a smaller guard than 1/8. That's the 1/8. I mean the 1 and 1/16. See what I'm saying? And now we're going even lower and tighter. And you see how I'm still using the corner of the T of the blade? That's because it's kind of giving me that little point, like a pointy that it kind of scrape where I wanna, or make a way. So, and see, that's I'm pointing now at the level. See that I'm gonna raise it. So that's a 1/16 and a little bit of half. And you see how I go a little higher. But you see how the blend in of the fade is coming, and you see that it's low, and yet it's not completely tight like I've done before the other ones with the T outliner. On this one, we're not gonna use the T outliner. If we use the T outliner, is to do the line up, to do the shape up, the and the box out. But as of right now, we're still passing the 1/16 tight and low right there. Now this is the most lower that we're gonna go. See, that's like a little less than a half. but not completely half. And then if we close it, we close it. But this machine is no zero gap, so it's not gonna be crazy tight. It's just the way that I have it set up, the width of the space that I have it is the size of the thickness of a dime, of a 10 cents. So pretty much, you know what I mean, it is not completely even. Even blade with blade is even, that will be called zero gap. This one, the machine is not zero gap. Make sure you don't zero gap this machine, because if you zero gap this machine, you will definitely will cop someone. This machine is way super sharp, and to zero gap it, that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, we will keep working. Pretty much, as you could tell, we go lower, and right now, see, I open the level a little bit, and then I go a little bit higher. But then, you know, the higher I go, the I open the level completely. Then we're gonna again open the level a little bit, and we're gonna start. Well, it's not completely, but like less than a half. See, because I already could read what it needs. To me already, I already know how to read it. But if you don't, if you want to be safe, then you go half. But if you see and you start passing and you see that it's not grabbing hair, then you know, you close it until you see that it's grabbing. And right now I'm passing, I've closed the level, and I'm using the zero, which is not a zero like I said before, because it's not zero gap. And we want to leave it, like I said, a 5 o'clock shadow. What I mean by that is that you'll be able to do a lineup and a shape up and a box out. Now when I'm pointing, I'm gonna pass the half. So you're gonna see, you see in the corner, I use that to pretty much to erase those shadows that I see right there and right there, even with one corner, the right corner, or with the left corner, to erase that. And then the lower that I go, the tighter again. See right there, I'm going again. Now we're gonna switch it to the 116. The reason why is because you see that shadow right there. We're gonna try to take that with the 116, and look, we pass it right there, the small stroke, and then we close it even more, right, and we go right on top of it, and you see how it kind of went away. And then I keep, you know, trying to get it out, boom. Now we got another shadow right there. We're gonna use the 1.5, which is they call it the 316, and we're gonna go right in between it. You see how it's not so small, the stroke, but it's still small, not small, but not either a big stroke. But you see how we're going in between the shadow, and you see how it's taking the bulkness, and you see how it's giving a more defined fade. So now we're doing the lineup. We're using the GTX Andes, the T outliner, and we doing. He asked me to do the sideburns skinny. Other people would have it, you know, straight and short for a classic cut, but obviously in Massachusetts and Boston, that's how all the kids and or pretty much all the teenagers like the sideburns, you know, skinny. And so he told me to do it that way, so I listened to him, and I did it his way. See, now we're doing the lineup with the T outliner. We're going right around cleaning all those little hair. And then definitely don't, if it doesn't grab it too much, don't worry, because obviously it's too short, but not completely too short. But you will get more definition with the blade anyways. If you pass it too much, the trimmer, you're gonna irritate the skin of the client, and you don't want to do that. Even though I have my clippers to set not to bother the skin, not to get it irritated, because it's not completely zero gap also. So still, I don't pass it, so I don't get the skin red or any redness on the skin. As you could tell, we already did the shape, the arch of the side. Obviously, we're gonna with the razor, we're gonna get it more clean and more detailed. Right now, we're moving to the box out, The front, we started always, like I said, right from the center, so it comes nice and straight. All right, and right there we're gonna get to the corner. He has a lot of volume in those hair, so we just taking just those that getting in the way. All right, and then we're gonna take some more with the scissors at top. In the meanwhile, we doing the box out, and we don't put it all the way in, but just where right there, and then use the little corner and try to make sure it's nice and square and not to push in, but just perfect where it goes right there, and get back to the middle. And then we go from the middle, and we go work the other way, the other side. See, all right, real nice and gentle. And then we're gonna continue working through the whole process again, the box out, because when we cut the hair and we blow dry it, it's gonna change a little bit the form again. So always keep an eye that you have to probably again retouch the box out. And but before we do the blade and everything, you're gonna do the box out now where the hair is dry before you wet it. Right now we wet it, because if you would have done the box out when the haircut is wet, it would in order to get it right, I recommend the first do it when it's dry, and then do the box out and then wet it, and then if you dry it again or whatever, then you'll be able to retouch the box out, is what I'm trying to say. Right now we put the water, we're just trying to see where the section where the long hair is, where we're gonna pass it, etc, etc. So I put I brush it, and you see that's the extra hair. We're just taking probably an inch from his hair. You don't want to take too much, because if you take too much, it will not. It will be way too short, and he wanted nice. They be able to do the comb side and have that style in the front that could lift it up and be able to do the comb side, the comb part with the comb side. As you could tell, always work your side. Make sure you get it thoroughly, right? And then everything else, when you match the one that you already cut, then you look how I hold. I like this one, like I said before. Look at how I hold the combs with my thumb, and then I will pick the hair. This is comb, scissors over comb. The other technique, how to cut hair, scissors over comb, and this is pretty much to take another way easy to cut hair from the side or at top, or right there how I'm doing. And then make sure you comb and make sure you get the style to it. The big T is to take those long hair, right? And you see how I grab, and you see that, and you see how right there, you see in a minute I'm gonna show you where the extra hair, you see that extra hair. So how I lift it up, that's how you're supposed to do it. Lift it up, and then what you see that is showing, because the cone is light and the hair is dark, it will show you what is actually that you have to cut. And you keep doing that, combs over scissors. Pretty much it's simple. It's complicated at first, but then it's simple. The more you practice it, you do it, the more repetition that you do, the more you try, eventually you'll be able to do it like anything else. The big tips, once again, we're gonna work in that section right there. We're gonna take that chunk of hair that I see. We already did. We're still looking for more, if anything. And then corner to the side of the hair, that right there, and keep getting the hair that I see that is bothering me. Right now my hand is not letting me to show what I'm saying, but the idea is that we gotta get that part right there. And I keep checking, obviously. And the scissor is oyster, a great scissors. You notice how, look, still I'm working, right? I went from the side. Now watch it, when the one spot is gonna be shorter on at the end of the right side, it's gonna be shorter, but in the middle it's gonna be longer, and that's the guideline. See, watch, I'm gonna show you in a minute. You see, watch, Since I already grabbed the one on the right, you're gonna be able to see it. Someone paid me the money for the item they just bought. They bought some napkin out of me. And yeah, you keep working your hair, make sure that everything match, that you get every single little hair is even, that it's the same width, the same length. And then right once you feel that it's all done, then you move it corner to the side with your hand. This is Pump It Up, what I like to use. Everybody knows it by now. If you don't know, this is a hairspray that is styled. It frees the hair in place, and I like to use it because it's like right now barber's best friend right now. Used to be still cool care, but this is actually another item that barbers must have. See how I put it with the bare hand is to make it nice and tight, and if it's too wet, it will completely right away dry it up. At this point right here, we put a little bit more in the front of the spray. You could tell that it was wet, and you see how he's gonna style it. Right, he's gonna style it, and I'm lifting it up. Right, and you see how I was saying that even though I did the box out, his hair is gonna kind of show some. It's gonna lift up in a funky way. But now I pull all the hairs pretty much with the combs, and I'm gonna retouch it again, just like I said earlier. So you could do it when it's dry, and then when you wet it, and then when you dry it again, and until you get it the right way. See, like right now, and he's moving a little bit, but we working with it. Right now we get in every corner, and then don't worry if it's still a little crooked or not. Eventually it's gonna come out straight because you're gonna use the razor, and then you're gonna lift his face, then you're gonna step back. If you have to step back and look at it and look at it, then you will know what to do. At this point, we're still working. We're using the GTX, the outliner, and we with the blade is GTX, is the bigger tooth, and we're gonna do the comb part, the line. We're gonna do it right there, right? We're gonna continue doing the line. You don't want to do it too long back, and you don't want it too thick. So right there, now we're gonna pass the blade, and at this point I didn't put no type of shaving gel or anything, because when you shave it dry, it grabs the skin and the hair a lot better. See, especially in that section right there, when you're trying to do it with the machine, and it didn't grab it, and now you could get more definition out of the shape up with the razor. So you don't have to worry about if your machine is not too sharp to do a box out, because guess what, if you use the razor blade, the razor is gonna do that. It's gonna take care of that for you. Now we're gonna pass the razor right in the line, and we're gonna go over, and you're gonna see how crispy and clean the line is gonna come out. How it's coming, you see that, little by little, nice and nice. And with the other time, believe it or not, I'm just cleaning everything. Holding it, stretching it, just like I'm doing with the finger right there, just like I'm doing with my thumb, stretching the skin. Same thing, you see. Now we're working in the other side. We're doing the box out, and you see how the angle and everything is looking nice and straight. And that arch right there, make sure you get it, but you don't go all the way in, but just follow. Make sure that you be able to do the sideburns how he liked them, skinny, but still to go with the flow of the arch, right? And really outside and natural right there. And then go now from different angle to make sure you get those hair right there. I see some hair there, so that's what I did it. Now we're gonna go around his ear, and you see how my other hand follows, and pretty much it stay next to the razor, and it's pretty much stretching the spot where I lay my razor. That's where it is right there. I don't need it because I'm just trying to clean that section all those baby hair and whatnot. And then I go up, but you see my thumb right away before I even start. You see my thumb and my head. You see how I cover it, and you see my thumb again, right where beneath is the blade, and you could tell right away. Shaving it nice and gentle. I'm not even pressing that hard for the razor. And once again, go around the ears, right? Very careful. And always have your combs in your hand just in case if you needed to scrape something or whatever. But you see what I'm saying? We did a fade and we didn't do a tight fade. We did a that right there looks, even people would say that's like a half. And it is. It is a half, a little less than a half. Right now, as you could tell, I went over again and I see that the buck's out. In order to make it even more straight, I took that little time to do that. Now we're using pomade from Elegance. This is a hair wax. It looks black, right? Look, it's white. It's transparent. It may look black and it smells really, really, really good. This is actually for hair like this. For hair like this, is really good. You know, it's shiny and it's like thick. So it give it like a nice style. Like you see how I'm doing, it's like gluey, but not. You see how it's so dry and thick that you pull his hat. But yeah, you see how I put it, and it's not like gel that it will turn like dusty if you touch it or whatnot. Even though Elegance gel don't do that much. But you see, first I going to the side and the front, I did that. And you see how the style of the hair is coming. I'm lifting it up the hair again right there, that section. And with the fingers and the hand, I'm doing the last thing. This is him before he came to the barbershop, how we look. Right? This is the before the haircut. And this is the after. This is how it looks, the after. Thank you one more time. If you have any question, any suggestion, please comment below, share it, like it, and thank you for your time, and have a great day.
That's how I sleep at night. Deep breath, at peace when I close my eyes. Beat on my chest, faith to believe when it seems impossible, impossible.